At 2 in the morning, after making sure her husband was completely asleep, Allie forced down her fear, put on her shoes, grabbed the bags she had packed in advance, and went to her daughter's room. She picked up her half-awake daughter, started the car, and fled the terrifying home in the middle of the night. The reason she was willing to risk everything to escape was the horrifying scene that happened the night before. Her furious husband had completely lost control and thrown a punch so hard that he smashed through the wall behind her. Allie was terrified by what he had done and knew she could no longer stay. So while he was asleep, she took her daughter and escaped. During the drive, Allie used the last bit of spare change she had to fill up the gas tank. She immediately headed to the home of a mutual friend she and her husband shared, hoping they would let her and her daughter stay for one night. But what broke her heart was that her friend not only refused to help, but kept telling her to be more understanding and forgive her husband. With nowhere else to go, Allie had already lost her home. Her own family was falling apart. Her parents had divorced long ago. Her father had started a new family and was too busy dealing with his own life. Her mother had no stable job and could barely support herself. There was no one left who could offer her even a little protection or support. With no other choice, Allie parked the car by the beach with her daughter. The two of them curled up inside the vehicle and spent a cold, hopeless night fighting against the freezing ocean wind. The next morning, they were woken up by a patrol officer who told them parking there was not allowed. With nowhere to stay, Allie could only take her daughter to a social welfare agency for help, hoping to apply for temporary housing where they could finally live safe. But the staff told her that she needed to provide 2 months of employment records to qualify for assistance housing. Having been a full-time mother for years, Allie had spent all her time taking care of her family and child, leaving her with no work experience at all. The staff then recommended a cleaning job to her. Desperate to survive and support her daughter, Allie decided to give it a try. However, she needed someone to watch her child during the interview, so she had no choice but to ask her mother for help. After leaving her daughter in her mother's care, she went alone to the cleaning company for the interview. But the company was not short on workers and could only offer her a few scattered hours of work each week with very little pay. The company only provided a vacuum cleaner, while all other cleaning tools and supplies had to be purchased by Allie herself. To keep this one chance at making a living, Allie had no choice. She spent her last savings on cleaning equipment. Left without a single penny, she could not even afford a piece of bread to eat. She went to the client's house hungry and exhausted. The house was a luxurious mansion. Because of the long distance and her rushed journey, Allie arrived 30 minutes late. Feeling deeply guilty, she kept apologizing sincerely to the homeowner and promised she would finish all the cleaning before 4 o'clock. Then she hurriedly got to work. As her empty stomach growled, she looked at the food filling the refrigerator and briefly imagined a stable and comfortable life. But reality quickly pulled her back. The exhaustion from days of running around and working without food finally overwhelmed her body. While cleaning the last room, Allie suddenly felt everything go dark and collapse to the floor. Later, it was the homeowner who woke her up. After learning that she had fainted because she was severely hungry, the kind homeowner brought her some water and crackers. Allie was deeply grateful. After resting for a while, she forced herself to finish the cleaning job that day. After work, the exhausted Allie rushed to her mother's house to pick up her daughter, only to receive another piece of bad news. Her mother had tried to contact her several times but could not reach her. Losing patience, she no longer wanted to keep watching the child and had simply asked her son-in-law to take his daughter home. Her mother coldly told her that she had her own life and could not take care of her child forever. Allie was filled with helplessness and sadness. She quickly drove back to the home that terrified her. Seeing her daughter sleeping peacefully, she finally felt a little relief. At that moment, her husband apologized to her, saying he was sorry for losing control the night before. But the darkness that had surrounded her for so long was already deep etched into Allie's heart. She had completely given up and was determined to leave with her daughter. The ridiculous thing was that her husband still failed to understand what he had done wrong. He believed that a simple apology was enough and that Allie should forgive him and return to their family. He kept listing everything he had done for the household, trying to guilt her into staying. Allie knew she had nowhere to rely on anymore, but even if the road ahead was full of hardships and uncertainty, she would never return to that terrifying cage. She picked up her daughter, ignored her husband's attempts to stop and explain himself, started the car, and drove away. But her struggles were far from over. While she was driving, the cleaning company suddenly called. They told her the client was extremely unhappy with the cleaning job and demanded that she return immediately to redo everything. To protect the only job she had, Allie had no choice but to turn back. On the way, her daughter accidentally threw her beloved doll out of the car window and burst into tears. To calm her down, Allie pulled over and searched carefully along the road. In the end, she only found a broken, damaged version of the doll. Just then, a loud crash suddenly echoed through the air. Allie panicked and ran back to the car. Thankfully, her daughter was unharmed. Though she was badly frightened. But the tickets that came afterward completely crushed Allie. The parking fine, along with the expensive towing fee, pushed her into total desperation. With no other option, she called her father, whom she had not spoken to in years. Sitting in her father's car, she carefully asked if she and her daughter could stay with him for a few days. But her father's response that his wife and children were at home and that it would be inconvenient completely destroyed her last hope. Seeing the embarrassment and hesitation on her father's face, Allie stopped asking. She asked him to pull over near a roadside store, used the little money she had left to buy her daughter a brand new doll, and then pretended to be strong. She asked her father to take them to the ferry station, lying that a friend would come pick them up. After years of being a full-time housewife, Allie had completely lost touch with society and no longer had any real social circle. As night fell again, Allie dragged her luggage and carried her young daughter. She found an empty spot, put down their bags, and sat on the ground holding her child. Tonight, this would be where they spent the night.